Talk about scrimmage Saturday first.
Talk about the scrimmage on Saturday, which you saw on film.
Yep, this was Dave was number 7, but Saturday we had a good scrimmage. We didn't do a lot on defense in terms of complicated. We played mostly base, technique, not very many coverages, and I thought they held up well. Offensively, they moved the ball, which we were very excited about in terms of running the ball. Our technique's getting a lot better with our offensive line. We're getting more physical. Our running backs ran hard. Receivers got to learn to block better. You know, that's an area that we have got to really improve for receivers. Catching the ball, running the ball, blocking. After we catch the ball, make a play. We're kind of spoiled with the guys that we've had, the older guys. We had 5 drops, very concerning. But again, that was our first scrimmage. Quarterbacks, all 3 of them or 4 of them were up and down, not very consistent. But it was a good scrimmage in the fact that we got a lot done in terms of offense and defensive line. I thought our linebackers played well. Secondary is getting much better. They've had a lot of reps, but we got a long way to go. We're not as near as good a football team as we want to be, but we had a good practice today.
You talked about those receivers. Anybody at all stepping forward, you feel?
Oh, I'd say Devin Cook.
Great.
Devin Gray, that's his name, Devin Gray. New guy, obviously. Don't know his last name very well, but Devin's working hard. He catches the ball well with his hands. He's playing very well at outside receiver. He can get off a jam. That's the thing that Cahill Lewis did not practice because of an ankle. And they were able to zero in on our receiver to the field, the defense was, but I thought he did a good job, caught the ball over the middle. Our tight ends are catching the ball better. They're more involved in the offense, but we're way behind what we have been the last couple of years of wide receivers, just a simple fact of experience.
How important is this week in the camp?
Well, it's big next 2 days after this. This was a good practice. Wasn't as good as it was last Tuesday or last Thursday, I think because we're a little bit sore after the scrimmage on Saturday. We threw a lot more at the offense today in terms of defensive alignments and our stunts and added a few more blitzes. Kind of confused our offense a little bit, but we're going to throw it all at them this spring. They need to learn it. A lot of new offensive linemen, a lot of new things that we're doing on offense. It's a lot easier to play defense in the spring. Simple fact, you just get lined up and you play hard. Offense has got to think a whole lot. There's got to be a lot of technique and a lot of communication on offense. We've got a long ways to go, but this was a good practice. We need a better practice on Thursday, and then we need another good scrimmage on Saturday.
You got a young backup offensive tackles. You got Reed Armagost, a redshirt freshman, maybe 260, and right tackle Morgan James, a former hockey player. How have those 2 guys been coming along?
You know, they've done well. They're pushing the guys in front of them. I think Ryan Stout has been a little bit of a surprise this spring. He's moved up to number 1 left tackle. We moved Cunningham over to right. Ryan's probably the best athlete on the offensive line. He's going to be a star here in the next few years. We're trying to put pressure on him at left tackle with Reed Armagost. He's still needs to gain some weight, but he's very talented. He's a tight end in high school. The battle is going to be at right tackle with Cunningham. Morgan James probably and Cunningham are neck and neck for number 1. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the week if Morgan James doesn't move to number 1. That'd be a story. Come from a hockey player, 25 years old, walk on. Didn't know what a quarterback was this time last year. That's the truth. He asked what's a quarterback, and he is really disciplined. He understands what he's doing every day. He doesn't have a lot of bad habits because he's never played before. So there's going to be a battle for that right tackle spot going the next couple of weeks.
You've been rotating all the quarterbacks, but Ross Trail's been getting a lot of looks with the number 1s. Have you been pretty pleased with
Ross Trail had the best scrimmage of anybody last weekend. I think 12 for 16, better than the other 2. Just inconsistency from Gunner, not getting his feet set, a little bit out of control, with his stepping into the throws. Hayden is a little bit slower release. The thing about Ross Trail now, he can run. He's a good athlete, gets the ball off. Probably got better better accuracy than the other two in the first part of camp. It's just, if there's anything that's held back with him is his arm strength, but he'll get stronger. And he's starting to understand the offense. You got to remember now that about 50% of this is totally new to the quarterbacks, and it's been a little bit of a struggle for them to catch on, especially as we're throwing more at them on defense, because every day changes, every play changes for them, and so I've been pleased with them though. They're really into it. They're watching a lot of film. Zach Taylor's done a great job of just technique, of not losing his cool with them, just being very patient, and that's what you have to be when you're a quarterback coach, because every play is a different game for a quarterback.
Will you run the quarterback more out of this offense?
We'll run we say that, it just depends on what happens to the defenses, but the good thing about it, we think all three can run. Ross Trail being the best of the three, and he ran the ball well today in practice, and he doesn't mind running it, but we're going to be a diverse offense next year, more diverse than we've been in the past. We want to take advantage of every player and their talent, and again, it all starts with technique. We've got to get a lot better technique and running the football, and if we do that, that'll make everything else better.
Thanks, guys.